gonna be so beautiful out with no dust.
I have nothing to worry about in the downhill category, but I'm just trying to close that distance. We've been riding together for like 3 months, and it's gone from like, I don't know, 10 minutes to a couple minutes that he waits.
Alright, cool.
He's losing weight quickly.
Yeah.
If I could get the only 50 more.
And so what, about an hour and a half? Do you have a medium hardtail here?
There you go.
You mind me coming back and taking it out for an hour? Well, I'm gonna have a fun day. What cool little business you got going on here. I really respect that you spent that much money on them and just to go out and try and make a little business for yourself.
Yeah.
Do you have another job?
No, full time.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm all over Orange County up to Paso Robles is my area.
Cool.
My sales area I do Cannondale GT and Schwinn.
So did you just get a big fat credit card to get all these things, or did you frickin' work out it one by one? And
I have a credit limit with them, so
yeah.
I have about 40 grand in bikes, and I owe them about, I think, 12. That's due in like July. It's not due till July, but I'm just paying it every week. I pay 2 grand. So.
You know a guy by the name of Mark Boone that lives in San Luis Obispo there? He does a lot of traveling. He's a sales rep for a few different people.
You ready, buddy?
We'll go ride. Quit your jawing.
Right?
Have fun.
I'm having a great time meeting you.
Cool, yeah, we'll go ride and let me know what you think, and come back and we'll get you on that hardtail as well. I love that hardtail. It's a 68-degree head to angle on this.
Alright, see you in an hour or two. Alright, guys.
Do it.
Well, pretty cool. We got some lender bikes here from this guy that's got his own little company going here. Get a little credit line with Cannondale. Goes and buys about $40,000 worth of bikes and puts them in his little van that's can't even tell he's dealing with Cannondale at all, because he's trying to hide his bicycles inside. He thinks that they're getting stolen with other companies, and it's becoming an issue. People have found out how much money they're worth. But you know, he's got a little van with windows in it. There's ways to take care of that, putting them in a toy hauler, maybe putting steel covers over the windows and some really major locks on them so that they really can't be broken into unless somebody's going to bring along a big monster grinder and grind the bolts off and make all that noise to try and steal them. I also intend to have a warehouse, so in the warehouse you would be able to store all the bikes instead of in a garage or you know, his van. You know, I forgot to ask him where he stores them when he's not out on the road, and he says he's a pro rider, and he is doing it for a hobby, so I have respect in that. He's not trying to be mouthy like me and tell me how wonderful he's done on the national circuit. That really gives me a hard on to talk about those things and let people actually know they're meeting somebody who had done something like that in their life and enjoyed it and never really made any money off of it other than traveling and enjoying 6 years of my life doing nothing but racing bicycles. So his van needs to look a lot spiffier. Yeah, that's one thing. And he's in there sleeping over the top of the bikes and stuff. You know, basically he needs a toy hauler. So he's got his whole bike shop, which would be a mobile bike shop on the road, and be able to, you know, be able to work on the bikes a little easier, have a few more tools. There you see Wes taking off. I'm trying to figure out the gears here a little bit. Okay, I'm working with the back and now spinning really good, so I'm going to drop her down a little. Take a peek. Yep, it's going down. I need some bigger gear here. I'm spinning in the little ring. So let's see, click, yes. Okay, so really shifting really nice, especially compared to my bike. And the bike's a little bit shorter in the head tube length for me. I think it was about 2.5 inches or so. So that's putting me more upright on the bicycle, which is good for downhilling, which I enjoy. But for cross-country racing, I think you need a little bit more being over the front wheel, because when you get on a steep climb, you need to have that weight as far forward as you can get it, so that you don't have any problems with the front tire coming off the ground too bad, which in really steep races, that it becomes an issue. So we'll see how this feels today. It's a really nice bike. This Lefty, I've never ridden one before, but it's been around for, you know, probably almost 15 years, I believe. At least 10 back in the days when Tinker Juarez probably rode it a little. And of course now still riding for Cannondale. I'm sure he rides the Lefty. He's an advertisement for him, a promoter, and he's sponsored by him for his whole life. So that's interesting. It's cool to know. It's cool to have been there in the days and see it. So when I was talking about him having the business there, I think I hopefully had mentioned that the business, he had to buy all the bikes himself. So he's got about $40,000 in bicycles. He's got road bikes also. So he's got his own money into it all, which is difficult, especially when you have just people riding them and you don't know their capabilities of how well they're going to ride a bike. And they're out here in Ojai, where it's some of the rockiest trails around. So, you know, I'd be a little concerned about that. Would be one reason why I'd want to have the companies actually putting the bikes out there, and that way if anything happens to them, and it's like a, you know, we're riding the bikes for them to also do testing for them, you know. Let's see if I can break one of them somehow, and hopefully not the fucking front fork. But, you know, with my BMX background, I don't ride crazy and jump at 44 years old, but I can sure downhill really well. So we'll see how the bike feels. As I said, I can already tell I could probably have definitely had a more longer head tube, or excuse me, the stem, so it would put me up forward and down a little bit more. That's nice to do it like this. I don't want to be over the front wheel, which would be this lefty, too much and not realize that it's going to send me over the bars, like that guy was talking about his friend doing that on some bike. I don't remember which one he said, but hell of a story. Hopefully he'll have a little respect for my bullshitting, and hopefully I won't take any dings out of this, put them in, and make myself look like an asshole, come back with my arm broken. So let's really give it some respect also. So we're going up Gridley here, and this is towards one of the nicest trails, and now some of the nicest entrances to trails that go all the way to the Nordoff Peak, the